Yeah, because they're hungry and they're doing what bears do.
Most bears are hungry and do what bears do.
Bear chomp to baby, you're
Yeah, that baby's done, dude.
To all my fellow bird out there, someone's gonna like your box.
It's pure American spirit right there. And
Pure American spirit. And what is going down in this 3-horse town, my fellow 2A
proletariats.
Pro B1 Kenobis. You're my only hope.
You're my only cope.
That was from the first 3 Star Wars.
Yes, episodes
1, 2, and 3.
It's from episode 4.
I don't care. All right, listen. To all you Star Wars
We're gonna fucking
turds
fight.
out there, I haven't even watched any. I've watched the first 3 Star Wars. I'm talking about the ones that were filmed in like the fucking 70s or whatever they were. I don't know. I watched them in the 90s.
The original
when I was a kid.
trilogy.
The original trilogy is the only Star Wars that fucking matters.
Excuse me, sir. Both Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen are fantastic. Episode 3 has a special place in my heart. Okay?
They're quite nice, dude.
It's gonna get me. You're gonna get me quoting it all night tonight.
Episode 3 meaning like
Revenge of the Sith.
Oh God.
Yeah.
No.
You were like a brother to me, Anakin. You were supposed to destroy the Sith.
Do they keep making them? Are there more than just the first 6?
They made the sequels, which are they made the original trilogy.
Yeah.
Then they made
The original
the prequels,
right, the prequels, right.
which was with Ewan McGregor and Hayden
Oh,
Christensen.
that was 1, 2, and 3, yeah.
That's what they labeled 1, 2, 3. Then they made 4, 5, and
7, 8, 9?
7, 8, 9. Thank you.
Okay.
Math, numbers. Those are garbage.
Oh, those are trash.
Those are trash. Those are.
Well, maybe, just maybe one of these days I'll actually watch 1, 2, and 3.
I would watch 1, 2, and 3.
Okay.
But like 7, 8, 9, that's when Kathleen Kennedy came in and said, put a chick in it and make her gay.
Put a chick in it, make her gay.
Maybe we should go a different route than we did with Indiana Jones.
Fuck Indiana Jones, put a chick in it and make her name it gay.
That's when she's like, make it lame and make it gay. If you haven't seen the South Park Into the Panderverse, go see it.
Go see it.
Go see it. It's great. It's worth it.
Yeah. You know, Joe Biden is actually...
Bo Jiden?
Joe Biden is...
Bojangles?
Just like Hillary. Just smaller dick.
That's true. Hillary Clinton has a massive wiener.
True.
I don't know where that's going.
I don't either.
You just said it.
It just popped into my head because I saw it on the back of a truck yesterday, and I was like,
Joe Biden's like
Joe
Hillary
Biden's
with
just
a
like Hillary
smaller dick.
Clinton with a smaller dick, and I was like, that's fucking awesome. But what happens when you go to like grandma's house?
Yeah, dude.
You know what I mean?
You kiss your mother with that bumper sticker, dude? The fuck is that?
It was all across his back window.
Jesus. He's one of those people.
Chevy Silverado.
You know that guy. That guy. I don't know what to say about that guy.
You know exactly who that guy is.
We know who that guy is.
Yeah.
We all know one of those guys.
That guy goes home, cracks a Budweiser, and beats his fucking wife up in Placerville when he gets home.
I'm in that comment, and I resent it. Because after this, I'm going to Placerville, cracking open a bud, and beating my wife.
And I am not trying to say that if you think...
Budweiser is good, you beat your wife. No.
Nor am I trying to say that if you think Hillary Clinton has a penis, you beat your wife.
But
what I'm trying to say is if you drive a lifted Chevy Silverado and then you plaster a sticker on the back of it that
the entire
says
window,
Hillary Clinton has a bigger penis than Joe Biden,
then you definitely beat your wife.
then you definitely beat your wife. Yep. That's all I'm trying to say.
Or your wife might beat you. It
This
could
is
go
true.
both ways on that.
Really what happens is the second that sticker goes on,
Someone's getting beat.
someone's getting beat.
You, your kids,
you're looking
your
for
wife.
a wife to beat.
We're not sure.
Someone's getting
maybe it's grandma. We're not sure. But I've got a question to pose to you,
How did
Jacob
your-
Dines.
Welcome to the 2A Procast.
No.
Jesus.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Bye.
Yeah. Like every other podcast.
Where did my letter go? Letters here. Okay, go ahead.
Well, first, all of our podcasts are so negative right now. It's hilarious.
Hey, to all of you that were wondering when I was going to read a thank you letter on this podcast based on the last guy's podcast, it's happening today. I'm reading a thank you letter.
Yeah.
So if you've sent something and you didn't receive a thank you letter, just know that this is the only fucking time I will ever do this. So don't just start sending shit thinking that I'm going to shout you out on the podcast. Yes, I will. I will always tell you how much I love you on this podcast.
Or he'll try.
I will. Or I will make a podcast telling you how much I love you and reading the thank you letter, and then we end up not posting it and forgetting, and then you write hate mail back later, and then I light you up on the podcast after that.
Listen, my attention span is short. I'm working on making it better. But
You're supposed to be the yin to my yang, dude. We both have wicked ADHD, borderline fucking autism, and us together,
it's a bad combo sometimes.
it's a sick, sick combo.
So
It's the blind leading the blind.
I only have so much room for information and data in my brain.
Right.
And I'm very visual with the way I remember things. So it takes up a lot of data because I store in 8K, 32-bit flow audio. Bryce, I know you heard that. But
32-bit flow audio.
it takes up a lot of space and data in there to remember things.
all that stoichiometry.
So there's a lot of stoichiometry going on. So I constantly have to delete and replace data. I grab memories and I drop them into the recycle bin and I clear the recycle bin, deleting it forever.
DMT will do that too.
I've done DMT, so maybe that's why. But this is what happens. I can straight up remember times in my life where I have gone, oh yeah, I will never need to remember that thing anymore, and I've deleted it from my brain.
Yeah.
And then somebody's like, hey, do you remember this? And I go, no, I deleted that because it was taking up memory.
My marriage would be a lot better if I stopped doing that to my wife. She was like, hey, will you take the trash out? And I was like, delete.
You're all, yeah. Hold on, I got to do something else. Well, I got to focus on this, so I got to delete that from this.
Yeah.
Got to delete that from my cookies. And
Just stop deleting the information from my wife.
would you like to read the letter first, or would you like me to pose my question first?
Is it provocative?
It's a provocateur of a question.
Ooh, okay. I like being provoked.
Yeah, so my
My thoughts actually like being provoked. I don't personally like being provoked. Go
my
ahead.
domestic abuse victim in the other room is
Yes.
just
Carly Davidson.
Carly Davidson. She just posed a question to me, and it fucked me up. What she said was, with our future daughter,
Oh, shit.
she's not pregnant, but she said, with our future daughter, would you rather
Oh, fuck.
her be left in the woods
Oh, God.
with a bear or a man?
Oh, God.
And that's all the information we have to go on. We don't know if she's a baby. We don't know if she's an adult. We don't know if the bear's a cub, a black bear, a brown bear. We don't know if it's Baloo from the Jungle Book or a man.
It's pretty easy for me. Yeah. Well, here's the problem. It's not as easy as it sounds.
It's
not as easy as it sounds.
It's not easy
Because
at
at
all.
first, here's the thing, right? My thought is I trust a bear more than I trust man.
Generally.
Humans suck.
Generally.
Bears don't, generally.
Well, unless they eat you from your asshole first.
Yeah, because they're fucking hungry and they're doing what bears do.
Most bears are hungry and do what bears do.
That's the flip side of the coin that I was going on. It is a smaller percentage of men that would do dumb shit alone in the woman in the woman
In the woman
in the woman in the
with
woods
the woods.
in the woman with the woods in the woman with his wood. There is a smaller percentage of men who would uninvitedly do bad things to a woman by himself in the woods. There is I would say more men than less would not do that bad thing.
I would like to believe so.
I think so.
Yeah.
I genuinely think so. Where it flips with a bear. There's more opportunity. There's a higher likelihood that a bear would do nasty shit to you in the woods by yourself than would not. However, if they were both equally the same as far as an opportunity went, like if the bear was as likely to rape you as a human would be to rape you, I would put you in there with the bear. With the bear.
See, where my mind went with this was there's the terrible opportunity.
Are they lost in the woods, or are they just?
Don't know. That's all we have.
Oh, you don't have any information.
No more information. That's just the question.
Nearest town?
Nope.
Okay.
Nothing.
All right.
So my brain immediately.
Does the bear have condoms? All right. Okay. Let's go. Sorry.
So my brain immediately said, the man, right? Because I thought the same thing. I'm like, there's less likelihood a bear is going to. Do you have a condom in your coffee?
I know, right?
What the fuck is that?
Christ. Well,
Is that milk skin?
It's milk skin. I microwaved it.
Nasty.
Yeah. All right. I'm just gonna put
Eat it. Eat it. No. So my brain went to that, and I was like, a bear will eat you, and or it's not this. It's not a fairy tale. A bear is not going to raise you like the Jungle Book. So like, there's two options. One, since there's no more data to go on, I'm imagining it's a baby. So either the baby's going to starve and freeze to death in the woods, or get eaten by this bear, or possibly get taken home by this man.
Yeah. Yeah. You know
And I'm
what?
not, but like,
The thing is like you still have an opportunity to get this baby back if it was taken by a man.
no,
There could still be some therapy if what?
no, dude. We
Oh.
don't know.
Oh, we don't
We
even
don't
know
know.
if there's.
You don't even know.
You know nothing.
You could be dead. You don't know.
Oh man,
Would
it's
you
like a
do-
lifetime of like if you're with the wrong man, it's just a lifetime of abuse and torture.
Right.
Or if you're with a bear, it's just a quick, painless death. Maybe not super quick, but you bleed out.
For a baby, sure, but maybe it's not a baby. Maybe it's a full-grown woman. We don't know.
But with a bear, full-grown woman, I mean, you're gonna die, just not as fast.
Yeah, but
you'll
with a
die.
baby, you die super fast. Like if a bear chomped a baby, done.
bear chomped a baby, you're fucked.
Yeah, that baby's done, dude.
There's still an opportunity to get away if you're a full-grown woman. This is it's a loaded question.
It's a
man.
loaded gun.
Yeah, it's a loaded gun. I can't say. I can't say one way or the other.
Right. Leave your comments down below what you would do, because we're stuck. We're stuck here.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Would you rather leave your daughter in the woods with? I'm trying to think of something creative.
A bear?
There is the. Would you leave your daughter alone in a mall? That was that stupid fucking question that got asked to us with a 300-pound very aggressive gorilla, or
With the snakes?
300 black mambas in a mall.
Still the mambas.
Still the mambas.
Still the mambas.
Okay, taking it out of the mall, let's scale it back. A gym, like a gymnasium, like at your school, right? 300 black mambas, 800-pound gorilla.
Maybe the gorilla.
You think so?
Yeah, so here's why.
And you would have to be in there. This is just you, not your daughter. Like
Right.
just if you in a room with an 800-pound gorilla, but the room the size of a gym, and you have to stay in there for 24 hours.
Okay, so if it's me, I'm
24
choosing the
hours.
snakes.
Snakes.
Snakes, and here's why.
There's no place to really go because you're in a gym.
Here's why.
You have to continuously
I can
outrun
fuck up
this-
these snakes.
Oh, kick them and shit.
I
All day.
can fuck up these snakes.
Okay, got
right?
it.
Women, I love you. Men and women are different. They are. You guys don't handle snakes and these difficult situations the best. Where I believe a woman with a 800-pound silverback, the silverback might not fuck her up.
Maybe
Hormones
not.
and shit.
Maybe not.
Right?
Yeah, you're right.
He would
yeah.
look maybe. He might like get a little testy, but like you kind of cower down, he might just fuck off and do his
Right.
gorilla things.
Right.
And go a little
Right.
and just like kind of pass out.
That's a good point. Yeah.
But with a dude, he immediately recognizes it as this is a male in my territory.
right. Yep.
And he will try and fuck me up.
Unless you're a twink.
Right.
Right.
Which I am.
We're just really solving the world's problems.
We are.
One hypothetical question at a time.
One worthless hypothetical question at a time.
And to that, I really do say that I think there is something to be said about women touting equal rights. Okay, let's go there for a second. You want to talk about that real quick?
Women's equal rights?
Women's equal rights. It's all fun and games
Yeah.
until they ask you to open a jar of pickles.
It's true.
We are the same. Will you open this jar of pickles for me?
But that's the stupidity where the
That'd be like me saying, "We are the same. I'm gonna have the baby, not you."
yeah.
I can't fucking do that.
Well,
you can.
no,
I
hey.
can't.
It's 2024.
That's true.
You need to get off your fucking bigot high horse here.
That's a good fucking point, dude. I should stop doing
Men
that.
can have babies and menstruate.
That's true. If you identify as that.
Yep.
Yep. I never thought about that. And I'm sorry to anybody that I offended out there who identifies as whatever animal it happens to be. What is the identification of a bird? There's like a thing for it. Do you know what it is?
An avian?
Yeah, it's something like that. It's like God, what is it? I'll have to
Like
think
what a
about it.
bird identifies as?
No, when a human identifies as birds.
Oh,
I watched it. I saw it come up on Instagram one time. Some lady said to all my fellow like bird fuckers out there, but there was a name for it.
Yes, bird fuckers. It's kind of like that video of the guy that's like, on every level except for physical, I am a wolf.
On all levels except physical, I am a wolf.
Ow!
There's that one. What do you call him? Fuck, he, she, trans. What is the word?
Furries?
No.
Oh.
Person that doesn't know what their gender is. There's a word for him.
Not no.
Ace. I'm honestly trying to just call it the right name. Transgender?
No, that's when somebody believes that they are the other gender.
Okay, this is a man who thinks he's a woman, or maybe it's the other way around.
Oh, that would be a transgender.
It's just transgender.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So there's this one. I'm not sure if it's like, I think it's a man trying to be a woman, right? And he goes to these. If we can find it, we'll put it up in the. We'll roll tape for you here.
Will we roll the B varietal?
The B will be roll. Will be roll. He goes to these restaurants and he'll sit there and order like a dozen fucking oysters.
Oh, I've seen this. And he gets misgendered and he throws a hissy fit.
And he sets his fucking.
Hi. I use she, her pronouns. I'm not sir. Oh, so yeah, like it's like a knife in the heart. I did specifically ask ahead of time not to be called sir. Yeah, I'm just going to go.
Camera up.
And he films it until he gets misgendered. He does it on purpose, dude. And he's like, did you just call me sir?
It's ma'am.
Excuse me, it's ma'am. It is ma'am.
And he does, dude, every time. She's like, you know what? And if he doesn't get the apology that he fucking wants for the person not calling him ma'am, dude, he demands a fucking refund. Let me talk to your manager. It's like a Karen.
Dude,
but it's like not, because it's a dude.
This kind of brings me into this. I wanna bring up this quote because I think this is kind of why we're at where we're at in society. You know the quote or the phrase rather. Weak men create hard times. That circle.
Yep. Hard times create strong men. Strong men create good times.
Yeah.
Good times create weak men.
Yeah, that's not the quote that I'm bringing up, but that is kind of plays into it here. So I read this the other day, and it's from Randy Blythe, which is lit.
Okay.
And it says,
do tell, pray tell.
Whoever appeals to the law against his fellow man is either a fool or a coward. Whoever cannot take care of themselves without the law is both. For a wounded man shall say to his assailant, if I live, I will kill you. If I die, you are forgiven. And I'm like, damn. And because I was thinking about this, and I'm like, I heard somewhere, or I came up with it in my head. Both of these things kind of correlate sometimes.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about it, and anyone who really uses the law is the coward's way to impose force on his fellow man.
Yeah.
And that, I believe there is a place for law and order. Absolutely. I'm not saying that there shouldn't be law and order and some sort of rule in our society, but we're definitely in a place where cowards and weak individuals are allowed to thrive based on the law at hand.
Yeah. Especially when there are law and regulations coming out in states that say that we do have to appropriate those genders. We do have to acknowledge these things. And maybe not you and I specifically, no one's going to come arrest us, but
they might try.
Right. That could be a thing, but in schools,
right.
You know what I mean? In schools, it's definitely a fucking thing. It's like if somebody wants to Speaking of which, I heard something really interesting come out of a Unsub podcast not too long ago.
Oh.
And I don't know the dude's name that they had on the podcast, but it kind of got me thinking a little bit.
Oh.
It provoked
a
question. It provoked a thought. It actually provoked a thought much more provoking than whether or not I'd want to leave my daughter in the woods with a man or a bear. But
now don't fucking lie to me.
But on a different level, really, is what it was. And here it is. it wasn't even a question. He just said, I will stand up, put my hand over my heart, do fucking backflips for
Prove it.
do absolute backflips for our national anthem. But I will not recite the Pledge of Allegiance.
That makes sense to me.
And when I heard that,
Yeah.
I was like, what? I stopped. And I was like, who the fuck do these guys have on their show?
That makes sense
What kind
to
of
me, yeah.
communist is this? Right? But then the way he explained it was something to the effect of, and I only paraphrase here, he did a lot better job of it because he's probably had to defend himself over it a bunch of times in the past. And it was kind of tyrannical to have to do that.
The Pledge of Allegiance?
The Pledge of Allegiance
Right.
is like, it's very much a...
Well, from my perspective,
I'm trying to think of the right word
right,
for it.
from what
but
you're kind of saying with that is
forcing kids to fucking say that they pledge allegiance to the flag. Is that any different than any other society that has forced an individual to stand up and pledge allegiance to
it's kind of an indoctrination.
It is.
Yeah.
Right.
In
a sense, yeah.
Where the national anthem is for the nation and its ideals, where the
Right.
Pledge of Allegiance is to the flag.
Mm-hmm.
So I can see that. Absolutely.
As soon as he said it, I was like, that makes perfect
You're all,
fucking
wow,
sense.
damn.
I still pledge allegiance to my flag. But I get what he's saying.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It makes sense.
I pledge allegiance to what it represents, and I
Right.
pledge allegiance to freedom, like the true fundamental 1776 meaning of that flag.
Well, that's like
that is what I pledge allegiance to.
right.
Right.
But that's the delineation, like we talked about 4 or 5 podcasts, 6 maybe, I don't know, a few podcasts ago, where we brought up those people being questioned on the street, and they were talking about American flags, and he was like, "What do you think when people wear American flag clothing?" And they're like, "Oh, patriotic."
Right.
And it's like, well,
some of them even said racist.
Right. Well, they equated patriotism with racism.
Right.
And that's where the turning point needs to be switched.
Yeah.
It's like the American flag does not stand for the U.S. government. The American flag stands for life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
That's it, man.
Boom.
Period. Yeah.
Yeah.
That should.
And nobody
God,
should ever be able to taint that.
Dude, we, like us in this podcast, the two of us and the 2 people listening are there's
And the 4 unsubscribers.
and the 4 unsubscribers that are going to happen. It is so cool to know that we can perpetuate this message.
Yeah.
I don't know why there was just kind of this overwhelming feeling in that moment that like we can flip the fucking script on all of this with this generation. Like we can turn this into a good thing. Like, we can turn America. We start fucking acting right.
We can make America great again.
Oh my God. The most racist hat ever.
Dude, honestly, I'm so mad that got turned into a political argument. I don't understand why
they call people
maggots.
Maggots.
MAGAT. So not only is that a play on the word but like, first off.
No. I don't think they meant it for that. No.
Are you sure?
I think they meant it.
MAGGOT?
Maggot. I think.
Really? Is it just my brain that goes?
Your brain goes there. I think that but you know what? Reverse psychology. The second you say, "Hey, that rhymes with,"
yeah, you can't say that anymore.
They're gonna go, "Oh my God."
Yeah, you can't say that
How
anymore.
insensitive.
Right.
And then they would change it.
They'd probably change
something
it.
else.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm so mad, so unbelievably mad that someone in the United States, an American citizen, can look at the phrase, that can take the phrase, "Make America great again,"
I know, dude.
and go, "This is racist,
Dude.
This is bigotry." Like, bro. First off, stop looking at the bugs in Starship Troopers as minorities.
Yeah, exactly.
And let's just enjoy the film.
I know.
Let's go back. Let's take it back a second to the 80s, to the 90s when we were fucking thriving.
Yeah.
That's what the message behind that is.
Reagan, I think I was still in diapers at this point, I think, but Reagan campaigned on "Make America Great," right? Is that right? I don't know for sure.
I don't know. I wasn't there.
But I got to look that up, and somebody that was around
While
during
you're
that
talking.
election.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure that he campaigned on "Make America Great," and that was what I think Trump's campaign was kind of. It kind of piggybacked that off of that idea of like Make America Great Again, right? And now it's going to have to be Make America Great-er again-er.
No,
What was
Make
it?
America Great Again.
Okay, so
his campaign was Make America Great
It
Again.
was Make America Great
yeah.
Again. Okay,
Let's
so
make America great again.
that's what I remember reading something about that. So
Interesting.
he campaigned on Make America Great Again. Ronald Reagan did. I think we can all agree. Pretty solid dude. And then
I mean, besides for what he did for guns, but yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Everybody's got, dude, you know, you can't just get a good solid. Why can't we just get one good solid dude in there that's like, hey, let's not fucking violate any constitutional rights? And as much as you fucking hate Trump, I very much think he could be the closest to a constitutionalist that we can find. That has been found in the last couple generations of presidents. Now, I wasn't around to really learn the ins and outs of some of the dudes that came the generation prior to me. I only know what I've read, what I've been taught in school, and what I've some of the documentaries that I've rolled down. But most of them have had some agenda that violate the Second Amendment or our First Amendment, or, I mean, for Christ's sake, man, there has been violations within our Constitution almost with every president from the beginning of mankind. Why? Because they're fucking human. The document is infallible. The document is a preservation of our freedoms.
Right.
But the men who are meant to uphold those,
Men will always be corrupted.
and they just corrupt.
You give them a thimble of power, whether it's corruption or one of the biggest things that will the worst atrocities have been committed under the guise of fuck. I lost the quote.
The biggest atrocity.
The path to hell is paved with good intentions.
There it is.
Yeah, you know. So you get these people, and whether they're intentionally trying to strip away our fundamental rights or not,
Oh, they don't. Yeah, I'm sure some of them
it's
are just
always-
too stupid to know what they're doing.
Right.
So
if it's not that, like when certain gun control things are passed, someone might be thinking of it in an aspect of, I'm trying to do something for the greater good. You're wrong, but right? People make law and people try and pass restrictions to try and help and or save people.
Well, the
generally.
other thing too is that the human behind the president, they can be idiots oftentimes, but I'll tell you who's not. It's the ones who are running their campaigns oftentimes. Those dudes,
The donors.
they can get real fucking smart.
Oh, yeah.
And how do you get smart? Well, you target your market, right? You get in there and like really figure out who's going to vote for us and who isn't. And if these particular people over here appreciate these life, liberty, pursuit of happiness things, but they don't like guns, then maybe, just maybe, these individuals will pander to that audience. Look, we're gonna have a little gun control. We're gonna have a little gun control going on here. Everything's gonna be okay. Everybody's gonna be safer. But at the same time, we are here to support the Constitution. We are pro-life. We are, you know what I mean? They
Whatever
may
it might
nail
be,
down
yeah.
all those other things because maybe the research that their campaign, not donors, but that their campaign did, their campaign managers,
Right.
right? The campaign management apparatus has done the research to say, these are the things you need to drill down on. These are the things you need to avoid. Don't even talk about the fucking Second Amendment.
Right.
Right? If you want these subset of people to vote for you.
Right.
Because it may just so happen that this particular demographic likes all the Republican things, but they don't really like guns. And I mean a very specific demographic, like, you know, women who are white and Mexican between the ages of this. This is your voting base. Here's who's going to put you in office. Make sure you cater to them.
Right.
Which sucks because that means that what they truly believe, what they truly would want to do, even if they are a hardcore constitutionalist, doesn't actually pass through to litigation, to law, into the enjoyment of the American citizens by the time they get in office because they've already campaigned on other shit.
Dude, that brings me. This is almost a perfect segue into this quote that I heard recently. You saying what you need to pander to get into office, right?
Yeah.
Which sucks. That brought me into the thought of I wanted to look at you guys and specifically say, like, if you're doing something, whether it's business or whether it's YouTube or whatever it may be, don't fucking pander. Do what you want to do. Be you in what you want to do. Don't pander for the views. Because I just listened to a thing with like one of Mr. Beast's main editors. Mm-hmm. And what he said was, how much creativity are you willing to give up for views? And that fucking crushed my soul for a second.
Yeah.
Because what you have now is you have copy paste videos, everybody trying to do the same thing, pop in text on screen and pop in this to amuse the goldfish brain so that they capture as much view as possible so people don't just swipe off
That's a good
instead of using creativity.
Yeah.
And that dude.
That makes a whole lot of sense. It really does. Because instead of operating within the bounds of the box that the internet has created for us, what we're really trying to do to be successful as creators, or anybody that's going to be influential in anybody else's life, which is, I would assume, why most people hop on social media, hey, let me hear
For the most part,
speak, is to create your own box.
Right.
Right, to operate within your own box. And then the people that like it will join your box.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's just...
There's 8 billion people on the planet.
Someone's going to like your fucking box.
Stop being in the same box.
You operate within your own box and then boom, you know? And I will tell you this. Sometimes you do have to play the fucking game.
Oh, absolutely.
To get people into a box, but then you can start kind of transitioning.
Completely,
if you will.
yes.
And we are there to the point where I think, you know, by no means are we like the epitome of success when it comes to social media. However,
I don't know, dude. We've got more than one follower. That's pretty successul to me. There's
somebody other than my mom following.
There's one other person on the planet that thinks I'm pretty neat.
I don't want like 10 million followers.
No,
I
dude.
honestly don't. What I want are like, I would rather have, 10,000 people that absolutely like love what we do, who identify with us and are like, you know what, I think that way and I operate that way and I'm going to continue to influence them as much as they influence me, right? And back and forth, and that reciprocity that we have in the Discord, which we do, which is amazing. Get in there if you're not already in there. Link down below. The Discord community is amazing.
Yep.
That type of stuff, and that's what I mean by the reciprocity. Like they influence me. Now I'm going to get in there to Discord. If you have a community, which you should if you have a social media channel, get a community to where you can actually talk to the people, because talking to them in comments, believe me, most of them are not there for you. Most of them are just to talk shit, troll. They're saying something in passing by, getting a reaction, but getting to know them is amazing. So if you you build the thing, the people who think like you will come. They'll operate in your arena. You know what I mean?
They will.
You'll attract them, like whether you like it or not, man. Like people that think like you are just going to be like, all right, man.
I dig this guy. I vibe with this motherfucker.
Yeah, I think the same way. And you're not gonna if you try to be for everyone,
You'll be for no one.
you'll be for no one. That is very true. And it's just like walking up to anyone and say, hey, what I'm doing is for anyone, and you're fucking anyone, man.
Yeah, you're anyone.
It's kind of insulting.
It is.
Like, you know what I mean? It's like,
I feel
dude,
insulted and you didn't even say it to me.
You're just anyone, man.
Yeah.
You're not special. You're not unique. There's a bell curve.
Right.
You know? I don't know if you want to pop up some B-roll here, but or if I could just draw it with my hands and you can look at the screen. We're all familiar with what a bell curve is.
Yep.
It's this big, thick middle and then these tiny little fringes on the outside. You want to be successful? Get in those fucking fringes.
Yep.
Because with social media, with the advent of being able to communicate with your phone, this little guy right here,
Yes.
that little thing that allows you to talk to the fucking world, guess where you operate? Guess what's happening to the bell curve is what I'm trying to say. It's flattening, right? So instead of this big peak, this giant middle, it's flattening because TV doesn't get to tell us what we think anymore, right? We can find our own information on our own platforms, and you see that bell curve flattening to where the left and the right side become a little bit chunkier.
I think it's like less than 10% of like 20 through like 35-year-olds have like cable.
Yeah.
I pulled that out of my ass, but I'm pretty sure I've seen
It's
that.
a very low amount.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many people just around here at the office out of these employees.
I don't have it.
Like, yeah.
Why
I'm
would I?
like, hey, did you see that thing on there? Like, I don't have a TV.
Yeah.
Like, you don't own a TV? No, I don't have a TV.
Yeah. I have a TV. I just don't have cable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
I
becoming...
watch Bloodsport on repeat. That's it.
There's nothing wrong with that. And Point Break.
Of course.
Yes.
Don't do it, Johnny.
Fucking Johnny Utah.
Johnny, give it two.
The highlight of the 90s.
Dude.
The highlight. Yep.
Keanu.
So good.
So good.
Were we done with that thought, or are we
Maybe.
Are we marinating in that a little bit longer?
I mean, we could sit in it. We could stew in it. We could smell.
Should we keep talking? Let us know down in the comments. Like,
We'll
dude,
read it
they've
right
already
now.
listening. This is already pre-recorded. You fucking
Wait.
idiot.
Wait.
look at us pandering to the algorithm. You think so?
You
Leave
think
it down
so?
in the comments. Yeah, we'll
No.
keep talking.
I'll say one more thing on it, which is I want to talk a little bit about social media fatigue in that regards.
Yeah.
Right? Because we had a situation, I'll call it. This little situation. It was nothing. It was a little disagreement. Somebody didn't like some of our things.
Yeah.
Which is fine. I don't want to go into too many details because I just don't want to.
Do I know about this thing?
You were tagged in it.
I don't go on social media anymore.
No, this was Discord. This was in the Discord.
Oh,
So
wow.
somebody was in the Discord
Interesting.
who
Okay.
joined our Discord,
Got it.
said some stuff about one or two of the things that we sell,
Yeah.
voiced their opinion,
Yeah.
was being pretty adamant about it, and we were brought up. And what I want to say to this is don't always feel like you have to argue with people online.
Yeah.
First off,
a good
if you don't really know them, do they really exist?
True.
True.
Like the bear farts in the wood thing.
Right. Does
Yeah.
it really make it sound?
Yep.
Not saying that everyone on the internet isn't real. I'm not saying
That's
that.
the answer to the question. If a bear farts in the woods and your daughter is in the woods,
Does she hear it?
does she even exist? That makes perfect sense.
Makes
It makes
sense.
no sense, but go ahead.
It makes no sense. But take that and just, if somebody's getting mad about something on the internet, the coolest thing about that, and they're pissing you off, right? They say something that pisses you off. The coolest part about it is you can just go,
Set the phone
and it's
down.
gone.
Yeah, you just set the phone
Forever.
down. You just set it down.
You can just set it. You can just not.
Yeah.
Because you were talking about a soapbox, and if
That
you're
problem-
standing on a
that-
soapbox in the middle of the field talking to no one,
Yeah.
your message is not going to get very far.
Your problems on social media and in the comments thread can actually die from neglect.
Yeah. If
Yeah.
you just ignore the problem,
Yeah.
it will probably go away.
If you feed it, it will not go away.
And now, what I would like to say to that is this: I want to be clear. This was not talking poorly of the person who came in and said this stuff.
Right.
Because one of the things I said about this was, it's not a Tacticon Discord server.
It's not.
It
It's
is
2A
a
Pro.
2A Pro Discord server. So if you do not like any of our shit, if you hate our shit, that's perfectly fine. You're welcome. We welcome you with open arms. This is a place for us to bolster and build a Second Amendment community.
One of our moderators.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
AK.
Okay.
He is he likes the Gucci stuff. He likes the nice equipment. I said, well, just check ours out. And I must have sent it. Somebody sent him. I think it was Jason. I don't know who it was, but sent him some stuff. He said, cool, like your magnifier. He's not a fan of Tacticon. He doesn't like our products, and it's just his opinion, which is
fine.
totally fine.
Yeah.
He's still a moderator in our
Yeah.
Discord. We made him a moderator in our Discord for the very fact that he's not a Tacticon fucking fanboy.
Right.
He's got dissenting opinion about Tacticon. He does not like everything that we do. But I think his mission and his values align with ours.
Right.
And that's what matters, right? Not the gear. The gear doesn't bring us together. The values, the underlying foundation of our freedoms. It's this
thing.
document right here, which
Oh,
is
no, sorry, that thing.
Oh yeah, that one, the 2A Pro. But that's what brings us together, right? And so, he sent me a DM back, and it was about our Apex Predator V3, which is the solar model, and he was very honest about it. He was like, listen, or maybe it was the Predator V4. I can't remember which one he got, but he said, listen, man, like something is not functioning how I wanted it to. If I leave it on for an extended period of time, because it's shake awake auto off. He said if I leave it on for over like 14 hours or something, I mean, it'll shut off and then it won't shake awake back on. But isn't that the point? And I said, you know what? You're right. I've got to reprogram something in there. And he was like, yeah, I probably wouldn't be able to recommend this based on that, what I know about that. Right. And fair enough, man.
Right.
Like he didn't like the way that it mounted. He was like, I'm a little, he said, I feel like it's not gonna stay on the rail. And I said it will, but with everything, you got to put some Loctite on it. He said, yeah, but still, I think that you should probably just remove the QD function because
If it's the V3, it will stay on there.
the V3.
I can confirm that.
It
one.
was, yeah,
But yeah.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
It is
but-
the V3, and you and I haven't experienced that as many times as we shot it. He had some experience with it not doing the things that he thought it should do, and for that I say, great. For that I say, fine, dude.
Fantastic.
Yeah, fantastic. Like you should be allowed to have an opinion anywhere that you go, whether it's on our social media or on the 2A Pro Discord.
It's okay for people to like and dislike things.
Yeah.
Your favorite color might be red. Somebody else's favorite color might be blue. That doesn't mean blue is a bad color.
It just means they belong in a gas chamber.
That's
Because
right.
red is way better.
That's right. Obviously. Fun fact, did you know I've never had a favorite color?
And that was not like meant
That's
to
not a
be-
political
That
thing.
was not a political
That's
thing.
just
what I
the
did.
two easiest colors.
Yeah, I had
You
nothing to do.
fucking
My favorite
jackass.
color actually is red.
I know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
we've
you
had
do.
this conversation.
Yeah, so I know it's just it was
How,
purely
how about this?
purely a
If someone likes the color green and somebody likes the color yellow,
there you go. Now
Does-
I have no opinion.
yeah.
on it.
Oh, now they're gonna say yellow stands for skin color.
Oh God.
Anyways, but yeah, it's okay. It's okay for people to like different things. Somebody can like the Hydra mount. I don't like the Hydra mount. Somebody can like it, and if they run it, fucking sick.
And guess what? If I don't like it, I'm still going to make fun of it.
It doesn't matter.
I will clown it all day.
We can jovially make fun of it.
Yeah.
I posted
I will
on
talk all the shit.
I posted on Twitter the other day, and I said, I would like to remind everyone that anything I don't like is dumb and a fad that needs to end. This has been a PSA. We'll delete later and say I never said this.
Did they enjoy? Did people enjoy?
People
that?
enjoyed it.
They enjoyed that.
People
That's
enjoyed
good.
it. All right,
I
on
think,
to the letter.
I think it's time
Drum roll.
to read this letter, to lead this letter.
Nice.
So James
Jaime.
Jaime Lorenzo sent me this letter. Oh, if I remember, or you remember, he's going to bleep your last name out in case you want to remain anonymous, James. I shouldn't have gone. I shouldn't have taken it to that level. But he sent me this pen. It is, it's actually pretty cool. It has replaced the pen that I normally carry and the flashlight that I normally carry.
Oh.
And
It's
it
a
is-
2-for-1?
It's an Olight. It's an Olight pen flashlight.
It's a
dude.
pen light.
It's a pen light, and it's quite bright. And with 2 clicks, it gets to
Oh,
a
that's-
100. Tell me that's not right.
That's pretty bright. I'll be honest with you.
120 lumens, and there's no affiliate here. There's no link down in the description for my affiliate. There's none of that. It's just like it's genuinely like just a nice pen. Writes well. It lights up, and it's got a laser. See?
Ooh.
Little laser on it.
Laser pointer.
So I could point with my laser. I can shine my light. And then the really cool thing is when this is out, when your pin's out, and then you hit the top, boom.
It blows up.
No.
Oh,
You can write in the dark because there's a light coming out of the tip of the pen.
that's pretty neat, actually.
It's fucking sick.
This is a neat light, dude.
It's quite nice.
This is a neat pen light pen.
And the fact that it's just all wrapped up in American flag really just, it just tickles my taint. So
That's cool.
yeah, man.
I dig that.
I thought it was pretty dope.
Thanks,
So,
James.
He wrote a really nice letter, and he said, Jake, hey, boss man, just wanted to say thank you for everything. I know you're working your ass off right now, and I really think you're going to change the world, man. Like, what fucking cool thing. It changed
pretty
the
neat.
world. Yeah. He's like, I think that even though you're a lot better looking than Nolan,
That's fair.
that he's still probably going to be successful, even though he's not quite as smart as you are. I'm sure your feet are far more beautiful than his, and you should probably be the one in sandals. Wow, man,
That's
thank
going
you
a
so
little
much.
too far,
Yeah.
but okay.
Damn, dude. And he's like, this isn't me talking. This is the rest of the internet. From asking around, it seems like people actually like you more than they like Nolan, and that you're the more popular one on social media. So
Well, they haven't
whatever
seen my
you
butthole
do,
yet.
don't fire yourself. Make sure that you only fire Nolan in the event that you have to fire one or the other. So that was really nice of him to say.
Pretty deep.
Yeah, that was so deep at my ass to sleep. So no, he didn't say any of that, but he did say, I really thank you. You're going to change the world. And James and I have had a lot of conversations about the Second Amendment, its importance. He understands the mission because I've spent the longest conversation I have ever had with another man on the phone was with James, as a matter of fact. He's one of the, he's a guy that he runs a lot of our products at gun shows. Does a really, really he runs a really successful business doing gun shows with Tacticon products, and he brings other people's products out there with him as well, but he runs a really successful business doing it.
That's
So,
awesome.
Yeah, it's really cool. So him and I have had some like long conversations. I think 4 hours. Correct me if I'm wrong, Jaime Lorenzo, but I think 4 hours was a conversation that I had with this man on the phone. Swear, no shit, no lie.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure.
That's a
4
long
hours. I'm
conversation.
pretty sure it was 4. Yeah, it was a long fucking time.
I'm pretty sure the longest
Or 3. Maybe it was 3. It was 3 or 4 hours. It was
Pretty sure the longest conversation I've ever had with like my mother has been like an hour.
Yeah. It was. It took some time. Anyway, he goes on to say, reason why I am at the. It's been some rough times throughout the last few years, but I'm really excited to see what's coming and to help people do what I'm doing now. He's saying that because he's in the 2A Pro course. The 2A Pro course is the course that Nolan and I have built to help.
This letter was a fucking segue.
It's a segue. No, it was genuinely like,
Yeah.
But that was a legitimate segue, but the letter wasn't a segue. I just wanted to say thank you for writing the letter for me. But he's in there doing one of the things that we're using to get people a bunch of money right away to be able to start their business after they get into the course is through being able to basically consign. You put a deposit in, take a bunch of Tacticon shit, go sell it at the gun show near you. I've never done a gun show less than 5K. I've never done a gun show more than 40K. So from 5,000 to 40,000 is what a typical gun show
Depends on how much cleavage you're willing to show.
Absolutely. How much of that sack you're willing to let out of your pants
Right.
is really what's going on.
Yep.
But $5,000 to $40,000 is generally it's the range at a gun show in my experience. And so it's been pretty incredible. It's a fast way for one weekend to earn, kind of a fuck ton of money to be able to fund the rest of your business.
Right.
And anytime you need it, and that's the way we used to kind of run it, where like, look, if we need money, we go to a gun show. Boom, generate $10,000, $15,000, funnel that back into the business, ready to rock and roll. Do you want to be doing gun shows for the rest of your life? Probably not. James was talking about that. He was like, I was watching this like 80-year-old dude try to lift these crates out of his truck. He was like, I really didn't want that to be me, and that's why I joined your course, is because I want to take this digital, which is the whole point of the course.
Right. But
it's just a quick way to fund. So if you're like, well, I don't have the money. I may have the money for the course, but I don't have the money for the fucking thing. It's fine. Like, we will get you there. That is the whole point. This is like a silver platter, done for you, get her done. Anyway, the course is live now. You can get it down in the description.
Hey.
Ready to go. It's only about 40% done, but fuck, it's like at least 60% off. So
We're getting there.
I'll be your Huckleberry. But
But
there's no proper segue into this, but I did want to show you a man who is attempting to train other men on what to do when a firearm is drawn. When a handgun specifically is drawn and the assailant, or the attacker, if you will, is very close to you. Now, what would you do in the event
what would you do?
What would you do if I came at you like a spider monkey and I was not too far away from you? I would say maybe a foot away. Maybe I was all up in your Kool-Aid and I didn't even know the flavor, right? Just like inches away from
We're
your
kissing.
face.
Yeah.
Kissing.
Yeah.
And I present a lethal threat, or present myself to be a lethal threat to you, and you needed to engage me. Would you, A, draw your pistol, or B, draw your knife, if you had both on your person and you needed to use deadly force? That is the question before I present you with this video.
So do I have both? Do I have both, or is it a one or the other sort of situation, or do I have both on me?
You have both items on you.
I'm gonna grab the gun.
You have a pistol, because this is what the individual did in the video, which we will show you here in a second. I'm going to put up on the screen in a minute. But he had a.
I'm gonna put it up on the screen in a second.
Nolan. Well, yeah, not me. I'm currently being trained in the laws of DaVinci Resolve, which is our video editing software right now, and you're doing a great job, by the way.
Thank you.
Training me.
Thank you, sir.
Knife, gun, and long gun. Knife, pistol, long gun. They're all on you at this point in time.
But you're in my grill,
But I'm all up in your Kool-Aid.
and my hands are. I don't have either one in my hand at the time.
Your hands are wherever you want them to be.
Sans hands.
No, you have hands.
Oh, okay.
You have hands.
I have hands.
You just have nothing in your hands at this point.
Oh.
What do you grab?
I'm grabbing the gun.
Yeah.
Bullets kill people.
Okay.
Knives make shit messy.
And with that, I want you guys to watch this. So if you're just listening to this, please hop on fucking YouTube and go to this point in the video.
No. If you're on Spotify, it's also playing the video for you.
Oh, it plays video on
Yes.
Spotify? Fuck. Yes, I knew that. He's going to edit that out.
Cut that out.
Nice.
Problem with bringing my pistol out where I'm at this close is while I'm holding the grip, okay, pistol's empty, while I'm holding the grip, if the enemy was to grab the front of this pistol, he owns just as much as that puppy as I do. It's very easy for him to twist that out of my hand, and now he has a firearm and mine's still pinned. So instead of going straight to that secondary weapon system, leave that holster where it belongs and pull your knife out. Now, just like with the pistol, I've got good purchase on the handle, except now, is he gonna grab the other end of that? Good luck with that. Grab the other end of this knife. Go ahead, go for it. Now, from here, because of the way I have it mounted, you notice blades facing out. I have carotid arteries there. I have the kidneys. I don't necessarily have to get a kill shot here, but what I'm doing is I'm making enough space so that I can get off the guy, and then I can either bring out my pistol or get my long gun back up in the fight.
Yeah.
I hate him. I hate him so much.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay.
It's like if Norm Macdonald
It is Norm Macdonald,
and
dude.
Steven Seagal had a fucking love child. I'm not sure who he's like more. It's like it's gotta be. It's gotta be.
I want to know this man's credentials now. This is a common thing.
I'm sure he was like fucking Navy SEAL, Ranger Bat, Marine
Force
Recon, Sniper,
Sniper SEAL.
Delta,
Yeah. Delta Sniper SEAL.
Delta Sniper SEAL. Yeah.
So what you have here is a common case of instructors making up scenarios, which is it's a possible thing. Somebody getting in your face is a possible thing.
Okay.
But they're making up something to try and teach something.
Yeah.
They're coming up with this crazy possibility,
Hypothetical scenario.
a hypothetical scenario, which it's not even that crazy of a hypothetical scenario, right? Somebody's in your grill, they're trying to kill you. That's more than plausible.
Yeah.
That's a plausibility, not a possibility. It's plausible.
Fair enough.
But grabbing it and taking it out of...
Oh, we're gonna do this? You have a gun.
So this
He's got a gun.
is an airsoft gun. How do I know that? Because I bought it. Just so everybody's clear.
Can you clear that for me? Can you
Yes.
clear that?
Do I need to cut that?
Probably.
This is an airsoft gun. How do I know? Because I bought it. It's also clear. Thank
Sweet.
you.
All right, are we gonna do this?
Yes. Okay, so this individual, this trainer, this person making a video trying to instruct people on what to do in case somebody's trying to kill them.
Not just anybody. He's a trainer of trainers, no less.
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah.
This man said, if you try to draw your handgun in this position, somebody, your assailant, could grab this gun and twist it out of your hands.
Right.
Okay.
And I think his exact words, they own as much of that gun as you do. And to that I say,
First off,
fucking false.
You're fucking wrong.
Because
You're fucking wrong.
like
I'll show you first
like-
and then I'll explain it.
like totes wrong.
Like totes wrong. First,
How do they own as much of the gun as you do when you have a finger that is also
part of the gun.
on the trigger?
So we're gonna do this real quick. It's not gonna be we're not gonna be standing up wrestling over it.
Yeah.
So it's not a 1-for-1, but it's gonna get the point across because it's an actual 1-for-1 on how this would work.
Make some room.
Okay.
Let me make some room over here. Let me ruminate.
So it's not the same distance, but it'll be the same. How do I say? Principle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fundamentals.
I draw my firearm.
Okay.
Grab my gun.
You just pulled
I shot you. Let's try that again.
Okay, ready?
Grab my gun. I shot you. Let's try that again. I shot you. Push it out of battery. I shot you. Pull the gun out of my hand. Use all of your force. Come on, get it out of there. Twist and wrangle. Twist and wrangle. Okay. So what I would like to explain here, he was trying.
I was, and all the while the barrel was pointed, if not at my chest, at my face.
Or your balls, which is arguably worse.
Arguably worse.
How your hands from that little front sight.
Fucking Christ.
So let's explain what happened here.
Oh yeah, that didn't feel too good. Now I'm starting to realize that after my adrenaline went away.
So let's break this down because for someone who actually understands how body mechanics works, let's talk about this. Your finger to move from here to here takes less time than somebody moving their entire arm from here to here. What I'm saying here is that is faster than that. Secondly,
You're saying that me extending my arm is slower than you shooting from attention.
yes.
Okay.
Even if you were face to face with me.
Agreed.
If I am able
Agreed.
to get now I can hear it now. You're arguing, well, what if he keeps your hand away from your gun? what if he keeps your hand away from your knife?
Yeah.
Except the knife is on your non-dominant side.
Yeah.
So
well, in his argument where he had the knife placement, yeah, you're right. It was on the non-dominant
it's
side.
on his non-dominant side, on his left-hand
It
side.
was his left-hand side. I think it was on his plate carrier.
Right.
Yeah.
So let's say that. Let's say he's keeping his hand away from his gun. He can keep your hand away from your knife too.
Yeah.
Go for the thing that's going to kill him,
Yeah.
not for the knife that you can stab somebody a couple times and they can keep coming. If you ever seen knife fights, they're rough.
Yeah.
They're-
People can get cut up pretty hardcore
You
until
can fillet somebody and they will keep coming,
yeah.
especially adrenaline's going.
Takes you a couple minutes to bleed out even when you hit a femoral.
Dude, yeah. So he's going for that gun, let's say. Or let's say you can immediately get a hand on said object. Always do the gun. Learn to shoot from retention. That's why I suggest it for those who are competent and confident with their firearm. I think it's something you should learn. As well as, let's look at the grip of this. You have something fully wrapped on, especially when your trigger finger's in there. You have a grip. This is designed to not come out of your hands. That's what this is designed for.
They have a muzzle.
Versus
Yeah.
this.
No. It's not the same. They don't own. And the comment was this: you own.
They own it
mu-
just as much.
Just as much as you do. Well, they don't own the trigger, and the barrel's facing in not the. If you're the assailant, if you're the attacker, the barrel is faced in an unfavorable direction. Obviously, you obviously don't have control over the trigger, and I think the biggest problem that I had about that entire social media post, I wouldn't even be talking about this right now. If it was my intention when I saw that, I was like, well, this is completely fucking wrong. And so when I went into the comments, I was like, everybody else must think this is wrong too. And guess what I found? Nobody thought it was fucking wrong. Everybody was like, that's right. You got to get the knife. It's all about the knife. And I'm like, on what fucking planet do you live in that you think a knife is going to be more effective than a firearm?
These are the guys
in
that
a
are
situation like that.
that are saying they have 30-06 black tip and they're going to shoot you when the world goes to shit.
Oh, when I talk about you don't need level 4 armor.
These are the guys saying that. These are the guys that are like, well, I've got 30-06 black tip and I'll shoot your ass when it comes. And it's like,
Yeah,
shut the fuck up.
You're not who I'm worried about, first of all.
Maybe I am because you have this weird fucking mindset. But I guarantee you that you can't get out of your chair without grunting.
Yeah.
So shut the fuck up.
Or out of your mom's basement without crying.
God, it's just, don't.
Yeah, this is, no, I get it.
Don't listen to everything you hear
that is scary.
on
It's
the
scary.
internet.
Scary shit about the internet. And
Don't
so
even
that's-
listen to me.
But I saw some people in there because I could see, you can go in there and check subs and things like that. I'm like, some of these guys, fairly prominent people in the industry that didn't seem to have a problem with what he was saying. And so that's why I was like, this begs the question. That's why I called you in and I asked you about that. I was like, am I missing something here? That's why I called you in. I was like, you gotta see this video. Am I missing something? Because the internet seems to agree with him. So I don't know. I mean, what are your not for the algorithm, y'all? It's literally just to say, what are your thoughts about this? So I know and he knows. Are we wrong? And do you have a good enough reason to prove
I'm
us
not wrong, and I will die on this hill.
I would die on this hill too.
Well,
I mean,
actually, you'll probably die on the hill because you think you can get the gun out of my hands.
You've got to come up with something pretty compelling to even like borderline sway me from that ideology.
Convince me
that a knife is going to be better than a gun.
Convince me your arm is faster than my trigger finger.
Yeah,
That's
really
what
what
you
it
need.
boils
That's
down
what
to.
you need to convince me at.
that's what it comes down.
I
to.
have a sub-second draw.
a video subsequent to that. You do have a sub-second.
I have a
draw.
sub-second draw.
Yeah,
I can
quick.
I can shoot from retention in probably 0.6, maybe 0.5 of a second.
and hit A zone
Maybe
eight times in a row before
1 second. My splits are 0.005.
But then you and I were like, I wonder what else is on this channel.
Oh God.
And boy, did we find some
Dude,
other
I
stuff
just-
on this channel. It was the
I don't want to rag on him too bad, but
I
just
know.
like, dude,
I know. That's true.
it's
We should
ins-
probably just that's not,
it's
not-
instructors
nice.
instructing to instruct.
Yeah, just kind of. You're right. They're
They're-
making up the scenario.
It's not just making up scenario. It's trying to come up with a new way to fix a problem that's been fixed.
Fixing problems that don't exist
Right.
Also.
Which is a way to find something better. I will give it that. It is a way to streamline. It is a way to innovate when you take something that works and try and make it work better.
Yep.
But that shit has to be tested.
Yeah.
And you can't say that that somebody's going to be able to grab your gun and manipulate it out of your hands versus grabbing your knife and going to slice.
You know
time.
what would be far more effective for a scenario like that is if an actual real life scenario, which you could reference and use as case study and has a precedent in a self-defense case, was actually used. I'll give you an example. So he says, now he didn't do this, but would it have been a little more meaningful if he would have said, in this one case, 2007, a man approached a woman and attempted to attack her, and she had a knife on her belt and a gun in her holster, and she could not get to gun in her holster. And as you watch the video, you could see this thing unfold, right? And she could not get to it, and something happened, and he turned the barrel away, and she pulled the trigger, and he ended up killing her instead of the other way around. If she had pulled the knife, it could have been X, Y, or Z, right? Or maybe she went to the knife immediately afterwards and eliminated the right. But all I'm trying to say is, yes, there's no hypothetical that I could even possibly fucking imagine where that scenario would yield beneficial to pull your knife instead of your gun. However, if that is the case and he's training this, give me precedent.
Right.
Give me precedent. Where in all of the attacks and all the murders and all the things that this has happened, did that thing that you're trying to avoid, which is drawing the firearm, cause somebody to lose their life? Where did it put them in more danger to use a gun instead of a knife?
Right.
Give me an example. Because without that example, dude, you're just talking out of your fucking ass. That's it. Period. It's a hypothetical.
It's a weird hypothetical, man.
It's the trade show that we went to, hypothetical, with the man selling holsters in the other booth.
Oh my God.
And when the customer said,
Can I say
why do
it?
you go for it?
So why? What?
This
why,
is the customer asking the guy that makes the holsters.
Why would you need? Because the selling point was that you can rack your firearm while it's still holstered. And
Yes.
the guy said, "Well, why would you need to still rack your firearm when it's holstered?" He said, "Well, maybe you're in the kitchen and you need to unload your firearm. Well, then you can rack the rounds out of your gun, and that way, maybe like if your daughter ran around the corner, she wouldn't spook you and you wouldn't discharge your firearm."
So you're saying that if I was in the kitchen
you're saying there's
with
a
my
chance.
children, where my children were around, and I had the sudden need to completely unload my entire
Like
firearm.
This is how I'm unloading my firearm. I'm refusing to just drop the mag and pull the round out.
Right. So, well, there's that. And he may have even swayed to the other side where you could drop your mag and then pull the round out while everything is still holstered. But it's like, in what situation do you need, like, can you just not, like, why don't you just pull it out? Why don't you just be a human man, a man human, and draw your firearm, drop the mag, and get the round out of the pipe?
Well, this is my biggest fucking problem with it. Breeds incompetence. You have a fucking gun. Be proficient and be responsible with your fucking gun.
Very true, man. Yeah, there's too many people out there running around just like making holsters for these things that don't know how to use one.
This is a fucking airsoft gun. You have a gun, dude. It's a responsibility.
Yep.
Don't be a jackass. Get training. Be fucking proficient. Be a monster with that thing.
Yeah.
Nothing should spook you.
Yeah, not
Especially not your daughter running around the fucking corner in your kitchen.
It's just, but that's the hypothetical that was used. Inventing a problem that doesn't exist to sell a product that has a feature that shouldn't be there. Inventing a problem that doesn't exist to sell a product that has a feature that shouldn't be there. That's it.
The scope switch.
The scope switch.
The scope switch.
You're talking about the jack off, the upper receiver, the handrail jack. In case you ever wanted to jerk your handrail off,
I do.
and change
Constantly.
magnification all at the same time.
All I can think about when shooting is,
Yeah.
I wish I was stroking
The
this right
scope
now.
switch
Yeah.
for the LPVO is like the shake weight for the fitness industry.
Are you telling me you don't have a shake weight?
I'm telling you, I beat off every day and I'm proud of it. That had nothing to do with anything.
Those are rookie numbers. You need to bump those numbers up.
rookie numbers.
I've jerked off 3 times since we've been in this
If
podcast.
it's not happening at least 3 times a day.
But this is a perfect segue, talking about responsibility, talking about firearms.
Talking about fitness? Is it a fitness segue?
No.
'Cause I wanted to
Do you want to
share-
talk about fitness? Talk about it.
So we just launched a fitness course. No, I'm just kidding. There's a grab that for me real quick. That Kettle on Fire. We are not sponsored by Kettle on Fire,
I would like to be if you would like to give me free things.
and in no way, shape, or form is this even endorsed by any means. However, this is bone broth, and there are many like it.
Lemongrass and ginger beef.
Yes, there are many like this bone broth. This one is mine. This is not one that you have to get. But let me tell you something about fasting.
It's good for you.
It's great for you.
Yeah. Good for a healthy in mind.
I haven't eaten since now. Somewhat of a lie. So, I'll tell you. Sunday night. Somewhat of a lie. If I told you I haven't eaten since Sunday night, I pretty much haven't eaten since Sunday night. Right now, you and I are filming Thursday evening, right? So it has been 4 days, if I'm mathing correctly, 4 solid days, 96 hours, of which I did have a couple pieces of what is it, hamachi? What's the raw fish they eat at a fucking Japanese restaurant?
Oh, sashimi.
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 So I went.
Sashimi?
I got down on some
Sashimi.
sashimi
Yeah.
and just a
Little pepper tune?
Yeah, a few pieces here and there while we were in San Francisco, which was 36 hours after I started the fast. However, I will tell you this.
That's a good healthy fat and protein, though.
Yeah, it's good.
It's basically like you
Sunday
didn't eat
night.
anything.
So I was feeling like shit.
Right.
Okay. Like absolute
Garbage.
garbage. And I wanted to relay this to anybody who cares. If anybody's like, I wonder what this does for you. I wonder how it can impact you. And I remember feeling exactly like this. Now, the guy that you're listening to right now, who hopefully I've been somewhat on my game. I haven't really had to think too hard about words.
Dude,
like
for
we do
some
here.
reason, I was like, who am I listening? Like, who have I
Who
been
is,
listening?
I don't even
Is it like a
recognize you.
book?
I don't even recognize you right now. Your vernacular is incredible. I can think straight. My mind is clear. The little short 20 to 30 minute workout bursts that I've been doing is incredible. I packed my son up on my backpack last night. I've got a little thing that I got from REI to throw a kid into, and then I hiked around with him for an hour. You know, he's like he's a big kid. He's 2 years old, like 40,
Little ruckus, dude.
40 fucking pounds,
Yeah.
you know, with the backpack. And I'm telling you, not eating in 4 days, body is fully in fucking ketosis by now.
Yeah.
With a little bit of bone broth today, right? And I don't know what it is, man, but I feel really good. And if I'm telling you right, guys,
Maybe you
right
should
now,
just never eat again.
I'm thinking about it. It is absolutely the kind of like this natural. I have mental clarity like I haven't had since the last time I did this. This isn't the first time I did this. The first time I did it, I was 200 pounds. I did a 5 or 6 day fast. I made my way down to, and then I just ate well the week after. And literally in a couple of weeks, I think I lost like 15 pounds.
Damn.
Yeah. I went
That's
from
impressive.
200 to 185 like that. And I thought I was just going to be miserable during the fast. That was not the case. You will be miserable, at least I was, the first like 36 hours. And the reason why I say 36 is because your body does something really incredible when it sleeps, right? And it's your body is built to do this, which is
Built different.
it's the human body is, we know, that's why they call it breakfast.
Break fast.
You break your fast. The body knows not to get hungry and wake you up in the middle of the night.
Correct.
It's kind of built into us, right? So when you wake up, most people, I normally don't eat breakfast, so I may be the anomaly.
Which is terrible.
I
don't eat breakfast either, and it's horrible.
Yeah, it is. I feel like shit all day when I eat breakfast. So I typically won't eat breakfast. But when I wake up, so you start Sunday night, right? And then you wake up on Monday morning, let's say. Now, by lunch, if you're used to eating all day, you're going to start getting hungry. And this is where it starts getting shitty, right around noon, about 12 hours, 16 hours into your fast. I started kind of getting a headache, not feeling good. All I have to say is this. For the first 24 to 36 hours, try 36, completely fast, water fast. Black coffee, water. That's it. Black coffee or tea and water, right? And then you'll notice that after about 12, 16 hours, you're going to get cranky. Just keep drinking water. You go to bed that night, and it's kind of hard because you're hungry. It's fucking sucks.
Your body's like, I need food. I'm
Right.
dying.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, but now you're at the full 24. And here's the reason why 36 hours becomes so easy, because when you do finally fall asleep and you do make it to bed and you've slept over that course of 8 hours, now you're between 30 and 36 hours of fasting. And at this point, it becomes easy. At this point, it becomes, damn, you wake up, you're like, okay,
I feel good.
I feel good. Not incredible. The real feel good, I think, comes even the day after.
Oh, really?
But that following day, right? Between 36 and 72 hours, it feels, or that following day is between 36 and 48 hours rather during the day, you're actually feeling pretty good. Like you're feeling okay. I didn't get hungry, right? And then you just, you'll get down on like a bone broth, 1 or 2 of these boxes per day. And there's just a lot of benefits in here. It's good collagen. It's good so fasting, from what I understand, is really good for kind of cleaning out the cells, right? It just cleans the shit out of the cells, because it takes everything, in layman's terms, it takes everything that your body would normally use to feed you, because you're not being fed, and it uses all of those things.
It
inside
uses
your body.
everything you've stored up.
Yeah.
And it would go, okay, well, we got to burn this to survive.
Right.
Yeah.
Which kind of does like a cell reset inside of your body.
Yep.
It just kind of resets all the things. And so with that, and again, we may have lost every subscriber that we have because we normally don't talk about fitness, but I'm not getting in too much in the weeds here. I just wanted to share my
Run an hour-long podcast, lose all your subscribers. Good.
Good. Which we did say we were going to make it a little short today, and I have gone over time. I do apologize.
Oh,
even though
well,
it's only last.
I'm enjoying.
Good. Improved gut health.
Yes. It resets your gut flora.
It does.
Yep.
It does.
Because you like to get down on snacks, dude. You're a snacker.
I've done a thing. And so I went into.
I'm a sweets guy.
Yeah, I'm a snack guy.
Yeah,
So
you're
I
a
went
snack
to
guy.
my daughter's volleyball tournament in Reno, right? And she's playing comp volleyball. They did great, by the way. If anybody cares, she fucking played 6 games, won the last 4 of them.
Hell
and
yeah.
2 of them were against national teams, and one of those teams was a year older than they were.
That's pretty fucking fire.
Crushed it.
Yeah.
Anyway, super proud.
That's awesome.
However,
Hashtag proud dad.
comma, pause.
Yeah.
They have some of the shittiest food at those places, because when you're locked
yeah.
inside the ecosystem of a volleyball tournament, the only thing that you have are the fried chicken and corn dogs that they are serving you within that.
Which, believe you
area.
me,
Yeah.
I'm going to fuck that up.
So and if it's there, and my only other choice is this wilted salad inside of a plastic box, I'm eating the fucking corn dog.
It's like, I'm hungry, wilted salad, corn dog.
So I came back Sunday night. I felt like shit all weekend because of the way I was eating. I felt like shit for a long time because of the way I was eating. Even though I was trying to work out, trying to do the right thing with the fitness stuff, I noticed that I need to do this. I need a body reset. I was feeling like trash. I was dragging ass. So I did. And one thing that I found, my shoulder's been fucking with me for quite some time.
Inflammation super far down.
That's it.
Yep.
Reduced inflammation. The amino acids found in bone broth, as a matter of fact, such as glycine and proline, have anti-inflammatory properties, which reduce systemic inflation. So I don't know if it was this or if it was the fucking fasting, but bone broth coupled with the fasting is absolutely incredible.
It's a coupling of the amino acids from the bone broth, which are good for the anti-inflammatory purposes, but also the reduction of sugars.
Okay.
Because there's so much sugar and in all the food we eat. There's so much fucking sugar. It's unbelievable. And dude, that is the inflammation kills you. That's what kills you is inflammation from sugars and shitty fucking oils and foods.
You're absolutely right. I do want to say this, though, when you are fasting for that first 24 to 36 hours completely, just water fast, electrolytes. Definitely put electrolytes in your water.
Don't pass out.
Yeah. Just don't do pure water. Go to the store. They have these little packets of electrolytes.
Put some salt in your water.
Dump them in your water.
Yeah.
Put salt in your water, whatever it is. Make sure you got some electrolytes going on. Detoxification. You know,
so
fasting.
good for you.
Cellular detoxification processes, nutrients in bone broth. Also forget, fasting itself initiates the cellular detoxification, but the nutrients in bone broth can actually support liver function, which plays a crucial role in detoxification.
Yes.
Right? So
Healthy
that's
liver,
why,
healthy life, dude.
Exactly. That's why these things go hand in hand. Obviously, weight loss, that is a common thing, and mental clarity. So this is what I've experienced was mental clarity and concentration during and after fasts. And this is due to the ketone production from fat breakdown. It produces ketones inside your body, which is really healthy for your brain, and it actually stimulates memory, and it stimulates just mental awareness in general.
The neural pathways.
Which is pretty incredible. But if you take this back to why, anthropologically, why we behave like this.
Stoichiometrically.
If you take this back anthropologically, think about it. If you're hungry, you're doing what? Back in the day, caveman.
Gonna hunt for some food.
You're going to hunt for some food.
I'm gonna get some food.
What do you need when you hunt for the food?
A weapon.
Okay. Naturally. Energy.
Right.
Awareness.
Right.
Situational awareness. You
Right.
have to be on top of
You
your
have to be
game.
alert.
So those of us who survived, i.e. via natural selection, I hope I don't piss off any religious people out there. I'm not trying to be a-religious or atheist. That is not what I'm doing here. What I'm trying to say is evolution, in my opinion, seems to be kind of a fucking fact, and that's what I'm going to stand on. So I am not saying there is not a higher power. I am not saying that there is, and I want to clear this up. I don't know. I don't fucking know. I don't know. I would like to believe that there is something bigger than me in this world who's pulling the string. I've been going to church trying to find my way.
Are you ready? I'm gonna piss everyone off.
I will also go ahead.
You don't know either. That's why it's called faith.
Ooh,
But that's also your argument. So
true.
Yeah.
So all I'm trying to say, I didn't want this to get religious. What I'm trying to say is through the natural evolution of man, those nature selected for mankind to live and continue to thrive.
Right.
To the man that had mental acuity, based on the fact that when he fasted, the ketones happened to replicate in his system and cause all this stuff, right? If that were the case, again, I don't know. I'm not a fucking scientist. I know what I read.
I am.
That's it. What I can say is this. It's interesting anthropologically because you need mental awareness, mental acuity. You need stamina. You need to be able to operate in short bursts of energy when you hunt.
Right.
And so did they back then. And you hunt typically when you're hungry. Like if you don't have food.
or when you're preparing to be hungry.
Or when you're preparing to be hungry.
Yeah.
Right. And so to be able to operate like that in a state of hunger, or for me to, it's akin to me being able to operate in the gym more effectively and have some of the best workouts I've ever had in my entire life while I've been fasting.
Right.
While I'm hungry, while I'm fasting. Right. It is
It's
indeed
a clean energy.
Now, can I put up like as much weight? No. Like if I eat a fucking pizza and I'm really going for that energy to get as much weight up as possible, obviously I'm going to fall short. That's not for powerlifters, but for the endurance and just having a good workout and feeling great even after the workout, I swear to God, dude, like there is something about doing it in a fasted state that feels amazing.
Can you put up 215 while you're fasting?
I haven't tried. We can go try after this.
Okay.
We'll announce it next week.
Because I was going to say, if you can put up 215, you can push most men off your chest.
Okay. Yeah, 215.
So
Yeah. I can put up 215. I just haven't tried it fasting. So I don't
fair
know.
enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
But I thought that was pretty cool.
It is cool.
And I wanted to share that with you
Do you
guys
wanna
because
share
if you
with
were
them?
thinking like, I just don't know how to lose weight
Or
and I
how to
really wanna
start
do this
feeling
thing.
better.
Weight loss and metabolic health. So what it does too is kind of resets the metabolism
Yeah.
a little bit. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Just kind of does the thing. It improves your insulin sensitivity.
Fucking facts.
Facts.
Yeah.
Insulin sensitivity, huge. That's why
Huge.
my dad has diabetes, and I know that they had recommended
Fasting?
like spurts of fasting for him because it does produce. It helps with diabetes and diabetes prevention, heart health. It's been linked to lower blood pressure and reduced cholesterol levels and decreased triglycerides.
It's just good for you in general.
Yeah, it is.
should try
Man,
it.
brain health.
Yeah.
So fasting increases the production of brain-derived neurotropic factor, which is BDNF, which can protect against neurodegenerative diseases and improve cognitive function. Multiple things. I'm not going to dive into everything, but I can tell you that I feel great and it's fucking cool and you guys should try it. I'm giving you a challenge to all of you out there on this cast of the pod varietal. Try it.
How many days?
Do it. Do it for. Well, I'll tell you this much. Go for 72 hours. Just do 72. Do a pure water fast for the first 24. Go get 4 things of bone broth. This Kettle and Fire is really good because it's got only 100 calories and some of them
Low
only
on
have 80.
sodium too, right?
Sodium's up there, but that helps you with your electrolytes. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it actually kind of
It
subs for the
balances it
electrolytes. You're looking at about, and the reason why I say 2 is 50% of your daily value of sodium is actually in one of these. So if you take 2 a day, you should be rocking and rolling.
But also you're fasting, so
You're fasting.
you can
Exactly.
You can take in a little bit more.
So 24 hours, 24 to 36, pure water, coffee, right? And then for the next, 36, hopefully, if you've done the water fast the first 36, the second 36, just try to do bone broth a couple times a day. And believe me, you'll start feeling good or you just maybe don't feel good, but you want the challenge, take it to 4 days to 5 days. So
Try it, dog.
my goal is to go 6 days.
And then when you finish your fast, don't immediately go get fried chicken. Eat healthy.
Well, you know what? You know what's interesting about coming to the end of these fasts the second time that I'm doing this now is like the first time that I did it, I really had no intention. Like all those things that you crave when you're initially putting them in your body, the Cheez-Its at night and the fucking Snickers bars when
Hell
you go
yeah.
to the store, all that stuff, the cravings actually subside. Your body
Oh, yeah.
stops. All that shit didn't look good to me. The only thing I could think about when I first came off the last fast was I would like to eat healthy food, right? Because I just spent this time doing a thing to my body that was healthy. How about I continue this at least for the next few days before I put some shit in it?
Right.
And maybe it'll, maybe it would be sustainable. I think once a quarter I'm going to do this. I just wanted to announce it. Once a quarter I'm going to do it. You guys do it with me. Let me know.
I think I might start it. I think I might do one.
Give it a little shooter
Yeah,
McGavin.
little Shooter McGavin.
me
Do you
know how
want
you
to
feel.
tell them before we sign off here what we're going to start doing when you get back from England?
Oh, before I get back from the Crown, is there no the Redcoatville? Is there? Do we not have a slander name for England?
Sure we do.
What?
The Brits.
It's just call them the Brits.
Fucking British.
That's it.
Yeah.
They call us fucking Yanks.
Lobsterbacks?
Lobsterbacks.
Yeah.
There it is. All right. So when I get back from Lobsterbackville, I am going to, you and I together are going to begin I am going to begin, you are going to continue our MMA journey. We're going to be doing a little Muay Thai.
Hell yeah, dog.
Heard that, girl. Wish I didn't, but I did. We're going to be doing a little Muay Thai and a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Hell yeah.
So we're going to be rolling around.
So Jake and I are going to get really sweaty. We're going to roll around on the floor, submitting each other while other dudes watch.
Yes.
Maybe submit each other with other dudes.
Yep.
Yep.
And to probably what I'm really excited about is our warm-up. Because the warm-up, we're going to do cock push-ups. I can only do one. I don't know about
Push-ups on each other's cocks or?
No, do a self-imposed cock push-up.
Oh.
I think you can only do one. Probably.
Well, I don't move very far, so like it's hard to tell how many I get done.
You'd have to be thinking like girlfriend, grandma, girlfriend, grandma, girlfriend, grandma to really go up and down.
Grandma, wait.
Yeah. No, I'm excited about it. Like just kind of tie in mixed martial arts into the firearm training that we're already doing. And I think that would be healthy. Oh, and next podcast, we're having, you may not know this yet, but we're having the Kime Performance guys on there.
Hell
They're two individuals in sports medicine. They're super good dudes. So Russ is going to be bringing his, that little thing.
The force gauge?
The force gauge.
Yeah.
Exactly. He's going to be bringing the force gauge. We're going to be talking about it. We're going to be talking about health and fitness specific to the tactical community. These guys actually trained. They've trained with some Navy SEALs. They train a bunch of fighters right now down at Uriah Faber's gym.
Well, last podcast you talked about him. You talked about how
Maybe my mental acuity is not all there.
no. We talked about how he was asking what they were wanting to learn and what skills they would need, like fast roping out of helicopters. He's like, nah, we hike.
We hike.
We hike.
That's why I went and got that thing for my son. I'm like, do I load up an 80-pound, 100-pound ruck, or do I just like throw my son?
Do you just throw ruckus?
Do I just throw ruckus in my ruck and I go for it, and then he can enjoy the time too. So they're going to be coming in. They're going to be talking to us about. We get to ask all sorts of questions. So please leave your comments down below if you have any fitness-related tactical questions that you want answered. These guys have trained with Navy SEALs before. They've done like the PT stuff, the
Plus
physical
they're
therapy stuff
incredibly
with
intelligent.
SEALs. They're very intelligent men. Both doctorates in PT and physical therapy.
I didn't know they both had
I
doctorates.
believe I might be talking shit,
I
but
believe.
I believe they're both doctorates in physical therapy. If not, they sure sound like it. And they own a very successful sports medicine performance company. And yeah, they're training like elite fighters right now in the UFC. And so I'm really excited to work with them because I'm excited for them to develop a program for guys like us that want to kind of focus more on the tactical short burst of energy training that you're doing out at the range when you're shooting dynamically. I think that would be really cool to learn what things you would need to work on to get better at the range, to kind of stabilize your breath when you're out of, like, be able to.
I'm going to give you guys a little sneak peek.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you on one thing for sure.
Okay.
Stamina.
Stamina.
That's a little sneak peek for one of them.
Yep. Stamina has
tell
a
you
lot
that
to do
much.
with it. And they're going to kind of give us some insight into what muscle groups should be worked for certain things and just the things that you would want to do in a tactical environment if shit ever hit the fan.
Hell yeah,
I
I'm
think
excited
that'd be
about
cool.
that.
Yeah, me too. I don't have anything else other than that, and I know we are just about out of time. With that, I encourage you, please pop in the course. I am going to say it one more time because
Because we're self-sponsored.
I'm going to close it. We're self-sponsored, but I'm going to close it down pretty soon. I had a great office hours today. For those of you that are still actually listening, that are in the course right now, the office hours was fucking beautiful. We went through really cool stuff with just kind of web design and how to structure the website, and I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I hope they did too. But to be able to spend that amount of time with individuals
in the course,
kind of one
answering
at a time,
questions.
answer questions, I can only let literally a certain amount of people in these like little subsets of cohorts. So I cannot have 1,000 people in that fucking thing.
Right.
So as soon as I hit a certain number, and it's probably only going to be a few more, I am going to close that motherfucker down, at least for a little while, so that we can kind of get everybody up and running. So I say that. You can get down there in the description to get it. And I just wanted to let you guys know one last time before we head out of here. And with that, my friends, we bid thee
Aquif.